Experience action. Let's stop just talking about customer experience, employee experience, and the experience of leaders. Let's turn ideas into action. Your host, Jeannie Walters, is an award-winning customer experience expert, international keynote speaker, and founder of Experience Investigators, a strategic consulting firm helping companies increase sales and customer retention through elevated customer experiences. Ready, set, action.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, everyone. It's Jeannie. I'm so glad that you're back with me today, and I'm so appreciative. We're getting some great questions. If you have a great question for me, go ahead and use our voicemail at speakpipe.com/experienceinvestigators. We are tackling them one by one on this podcast, so let's get to the latest and greatest.
Hi, Jeannie. Could you speak into whether customer experience and process improvement are the same thing? I've heard different thoughts, and I would love to hear yours.
What a great question. And you know what? It's one that I hadn't really thought of in this context before. So thank you so much to the listener who actually sent this in. So, I would say that in some ways it is a little bit of context and it's a little bit about language. So let me back up. So the question is, are we approaching the same things when we talk about customer experience and process improvement? And the answer is yes, and to borrow from improv, customer experience is something that happens no matter what. You are selling a product, you are providing a service, you have customers, you are providing a customer experience. In fact, we didn't really talk about this, right, for a long time in business. And when you look at how people have been taught about business, you look at a traditional business plan even, and what happens is we talk a lot about acquisition, about sales, about getting those customers in the door. And then you turn the page in that business plan and it becomes all internally focused. It's all about process. It's all about systems. It's all about how we're handling things on the inside of our organization. Customer experience is really happening outside of what you do. It is the end-to-end experience that any customer has with your brand. So what that means is customer experience is happening. And sometimes I get some funny looks when I say this, but it's true. If you have customers, they are having an experience, whether you've ever thought about it or not. What we're talking about when we are examining how do we approach this within our business, how do we proactively design and deliver customer experiences, that's really customer experience management. And I like to say, when it's done well, you're doing this by creating the right mindset in your organization. You're actually creating and delivering on a specific strategy around customer experience. And in order to do that, you have business discipline that goes with it. So process improvement, I would argue, is part of that discipline. When we see things that aren't going right for the customer, when we see processes that aren't working efficiently for employees so that they can deliver a great customer experience, we're going to look at that and break that down into process improvement steps. But it's all about the lens that you're using. So we can't ever totally separate what's happening on the outside of the organization and what's happening on the inside. But what tends to happen is we put on blinders a little bit and we only focus internally on the process. So sometimes when we talk about customer experience process improvement, if you put those two phrases together, if we're only looking at the internal view of that, then we could be designing a great process for employees. We could be really improving a process for goals around efficiency, for instance, or cost effectiveness, or all these other goals that are very internally focused. But if we fix the process on the inside, and we never take the time to look at the lens of the customer, to literally map out what is happening for them, then what happens is we have some very efficient processes that we all think they're working great. Yay, us.
Yay!
And yet, when we look at what's happening with the customers, we realize that it's really not working for them. I'm also going to say a little caveat here. Be a little cautious about relying solely on customer feedback to get this type of outside-in lens. Customer feedback is incredibly valuable. We need to collect it, but it is not a perfect science. And some customers, many customers, if they're dealing with an inefficient process, if they're dealing with a dead end in their journey, something that they can't fix, they can't figure out, they might not be the person who receives that survey to give you that feedback in the first place. So be aware of both what you're doing inside the organization as far as process improvement and what you're doing with that as it relates to customer experience management so that you can deliver that amazing experience for your customers. I hope that helps. I would love to hear what you think. Let me know. Reach out. Follow me on LinkedIn. Reach out at experienceinvestigators.com. And actually, there's a tool that can help you think this way, and that is a service blueprint. We have some resources on our site for this. I also have a LinkedIn learning course all about service blueprinting. That is a great tool to really make sure that you're connecting the dots between your internal processes and the actual experience that you're delivering for your customers. This was a fun one. Thank you so much. Keep at it. Keep sending me these questions. And you know what? Just keep doing what you do. Anybody who's listening to this podcast, I have a special place in my heart for you because that means that you are sitting up every day, you are advocating for customers, you are looking for ways to create a better world. The mission of our company is to create fewer ruined days for customers because guess what? I really believe that makes a better world. And the fact that you're here with me today is actually helping me live that mission, but it's also about you delivering something for a better world. So never forget that in the work that you do. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. To learn more about our strategic approach to experience, check out free resources at experienceinvestigators.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter, our Year of CX program, and more. And please follow me, Jeannie Walters, on LinkedIn.